Ons het vanmôre hier in die ateljee 3 mense. Die eerste is Tommy Roos en Rochelle Muggen. Hulle is van die Ferris Hope Foundation. En dan Tersia Jooste. Tersia was al hier, maar ons gaan nou by Tersia uitkom. Eerste die meneer wat hulle het 'n klomp karre bymekaar gekry. Nie sommer so nie, superkarre en supercars en hypercars. In Afrikaans is dit super nie per seker nou maar. Bymekaar gekry op een slag en dan 'n wêreldrekord in die proses gemaak. Hier is ook in die ateljee 'n verskriklike pragtige klein baba Malinois hondjie. Ek gaan probeer fokus. Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
It's great having you here this morning. Let's first talk about the Ferris Hope Foundation. What is the Ferris Hope Foundation? You guys, what do you do? Where did it start?
So the Ferris Hope Foundation is, I suppose, a part of Ferris Cars, where the Supercar Rhino Run is what we do. It's the Mandela Day initiative that we've been running for the last 6 years. And to run that out of the business, out of the supercar dealership, doesn't make sense. It's an NPO, and of course we raise money, awareness, and financial support and support for Rhino Connect. And to do that through a foundation is the right way to go.
You say you organised the Rhino Run. Now, Rochelle, this was the Rhino Run we're talking about now. That happened
on the 19th of July.
19th of July. And the interesting thing is, well, that everyone's talking about, is the Guinness Book of Records record that you hit. Tell us more about it.
So last year we had 180 cars on our supercar run, and the current record was set in Cambodia by the Gumball 3000, and that was 177 cars. So we thought this year, okay, let's go for a record, and that's what we did.
How many cars did you eventually get?
We had about 340 odd cars, out of which 243 were supercars, classified as supercars based on
243 then classified according to Guinness.
Their criteria.
That's incredible to think about
Supercars.
that.
Supercars,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Tersia, vertel ons net vir die mense wat steeds weet wie Rhino Connect is nie. Vertel ons 'n bietjie oor Rhino Connect. Wie is julle, wat doen julle?
Ons fokus baie op die private sektor se renosters. Ons probeer daai bewusmaking maak vir Suid-Afrikaners om eienaarskap te vat van renosters in Suid-Afrika. En met dit ondersteun ons nie net die private eienaarskap nie, maar ook ander sanctuaries, daar waar ons kan help. En natuurlik die renosters wat tans onder ons sorg is. En samelmelken, help met helikopterbystand, help met veeartsbystand as dit nodig is. En natuurlik ook daar waar daai renosters geskiet en seer en siek is. Ons het 'n vol canine unit, waarvan hierdie die jongste lid is. Dis so lekker, ek sê vanoggend vir iemand, dis so lekker om 16 honde te hê, weet jy.
Die lekker ding van Rhino Connect is, julle, soos wat julle naam sê, julle verbind die plek wat dalk die koördinasie en die befondsing bied, met die plekke wat dit nodig het, die privaat instansies wat dit nodig het. Nou, dis julle werk, dis om daai partye bymekaar te bring.
Dis korrek, ja. En weet jy wat, dit gaan nie net altyd daaroor dat mense net finansiële bystand nodig het nie. En daar so moeilik soos dit is met die syndikaate, die poaching, weet ons verloor nog steeds 1 renoster per dag in Suid-Afrika. Ja. Ons het in die laaste 3 weke 3 orphans ingekry, 3 baba renostertjies wat se maas gestroop is. Dit gebeur terwyl ons praat. En om daai boere en renoster eienaars te kry om moed te hou, om nie hulle renosters op te gee nie. Want as ons die grond ook verloor waarop daai diere loop, het ons 'n baie groter fight om te fight en te wen op die ou einde. Soos om te weet, daar's ondersteuning, daar's 'n begrip vir wat hulle doen. En kom ons hou aan om die lig te laat skyn daar buite.
Ja.
Ek dink is iets waar mense nie aan dink nie, om eerlik te wees, die grond ook is om moed te hou vir die mense wat wel ondersteun. How long does it take to plan an event like this? Like, okay, we're going to go for the Guinness World Record. I mean, that doesn't just happen overnight. How does the planning work leading up to that?
So I'll tell you what, the first conversations began not long after last year's event, actually, because obviously we realized that with the momentum that we had from last year, we were going to go for it.
Yes.
And of course, up until now, we had built this event. Just we're a small business, and of course, it's not running events is not our main business. So we sought the help of professionals, and so those conversations actually began towards the end of last year. But I'll tell you what, we have been working on this event for months. It takes a hell of an effort to put this together. I mean, not just from the participants involved. I mean. We did actually have over 400 applications, of which only 300 made it. The primary cut. And shout out to the guy that entered his Toyota Hilux, which I thought was great. But yeah, so not just the participants. I mean, they're great, but the overwhelming amount of support that we get from sponsors, partners, the communities, the schools that get involved. I mean, I tell you what, the volunteers that come out on the day to help us, in so many incredible ways. Just, we get this overwhelming amount of support. And that helps the event to grow year on year.
Absolutely, year on year. It's called the Rhino Run, and you did this for a good cause to help Rhino Connect and assist them. What did you manage to get together there as support for Rhino Connect?
So I'll tell you what, there's obviously three main elements to it. The one is obviously financial support, but milk, I mean, it's all about the milk.
Yeah, for the babies.
Absolutely. But awareness is the ultimate goal. And, we have this, so the full name is the Supercar Rhino Run and Milk Drive. So in the month or so leading up to the event, we go to schools and, companies and communities and actually take a couple of supercars out there, get the kids all pumped up, they're all lined up on the grandstands, and invite them to bring, fat-free, long-life milk to school. And there's prizes, and we play a few games with them. And it's we reach thousands of kids in the build-up to the Supercar Run, on Mandela Day. And that's the primary objective, is awareness. And I think that's exactly what the Guinness World Record was all about. Is that, it's not necessarily about the record, but more about the fact that we then reach a global audience, that the message goes beyond our borders.
Making students or young people fall in love with our biodiversity in South Africa, because then you will want to protect it if you understand it. And I think that's so important.
Exactly.
What's the aim for next year, Shil?
Tommy, what do you think? Let's start planning.
Well,
we can start planning from this year.
No, of course, there's only one way. One way is up. And of course, we do have some big ambitions. We're going to keep those close to our chest for now. But of course, we want to go with the momentum. And of course, there's still so much work to do. And I think, while poaching is still an epidemic in this country, we will continue to do what we do and go bigger and better every year.
On the day, on the 19th, Rochelle, you have to play your cards now here. What was the car that caught your eye of everyone there?
Look, I'm a car guy, so every car there was quite special to me, but there was a white Murcielago SV, which I thought was very pretty. I think there's only one in the country, so yeah, that car caught my eye.
Nice. And Tommy?
For me, it would have to be the Ferrari Fuere Pista.
Okay.
That's got to be it.
Italian.
For me on the day.
All of it Italian.
Tasha, wat beteken dit vir jou of vir julle by Rhino Connect dat mense julle steeds ondersteun, steeds probeer bewusmaking skep? Hoe belangrik is dit dat mense aanhou?
Dis besonder belangrik. Ek is so dankbaar jy vra nie my favourite kar nie. Maar ek sou gesê daai blou ene wat voorgery het.
Ja, ek ook.
Dis regtig baie belangrik. Ek dink weer eens die boodskap is ons Suid-Afrikaners moet begin eienaarskap vat. Ons besit 90% van die wêreld se renosters. En dit is bloot net omdat daai renosters so afgestroop is van Asië af Noord-Afrika, Sentraal-Afrika tot waar ons nou is. So ons moet vasvat. Dis nou sulke tyd en ons moet regtig eienaarskap vat. Ek weet daar's baie ander dinge, ons moet vir ons kinders sorg, ons moet vir ander diere sorg en alles, maar as elkeen net sy mikpunt het, as jy vir 'n renoster kan sorg vir hom. En as ons daai persoon kan ondersteun, as jy vir 'n kind kan sorg vir hulle, want dis 'n gemeenskapsding, dis Suid-Afrika. Ons verantwoordelikheid.
Ons is 'n gemeenskap op die einde en dankie vir Rhino Connect wat daai gemeenskappe en daai mense bymekaar bring met mekaar se kan help. En dit gaan op die einde oor connecting people and connecting goodwill in South Africa. And thank you so much for what you guys have done as well, connecting the people and the institutions with each other that can actually do something good. And a bonus point there. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a nation-building opportunity. I mean,
It is.
There's something about supercars and the ability to support conservation and the heritage and the wildlife in this country coming together, and all for the kids, the future custodians of our heritage and our wildlife. And it's an absolute pleasure.
Absolutely.
It's a privilege.
En wat dan nou beter om 'n kind se aandag, wel 'n laaitie se aandag getrek as 'n vinnige kar. Dit werk vir my. Maar ja, baie dankie Tommy Roos, thank you so much for being here. Rochelle Magan, thank you so much for taking the time. Tasha, dis altyd lekker om jou te gesels. Ons sien mekaar binnekort dalk weer, maar dan moet jy daai pragtige slapende hondjie weer saambring.
Ek gaan maar moet hoor, want hierdie ene gaan vir my besig hou.
Ja, is nou rustig, sterker vir die res van die dag. Nou ja, daar het jy dit. 'n Mens kan met superkarre en hypercars kan 'n mens iets goed doen. Daar het jy dit. Mense kla altyd. Mense moet nie so baie kla nie. Ons is nou net weer terug, net na die nuus. En dan gesels ons verder. Maar eers 'n bietjie advertensie en nuus en weer en dan sit sport.